In my last video of recreating Murray's costume manner from Secret of the Mimic in Minecraft, we took a look at R&D and the investor ride surrounding it. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at the terrain, exterior, and the house, since this will be the finale of the entire series. This episode will be a bit different from the other episodes, so bear with me while I try and make the best out of what I have. So let's get into Minecraft and finish this massive project. The exterior, look, it looks fine right now. It just looks fine as it is, but if I were to go on the roof, you would notice a few things. Like this roof, now entire walls are a bit too short at the back, and then they're too big at the front. So going around, we just have this entire, just loading in the render chunks real quick. But like you can see there's no roof here, and that's because this part right here does connect up to this area. So this connects up perfectly well. And everything that I made in episode 1 is just too big. This is too tall, leading this to be tall too. So this room is way too tall right now. So to fix that, I had to make the welcome lobby second floor a bit taller than it should be, while this staircase looks a bit too wonky. So if I got up here, it should be a bit lower than this, but because of this, I had to make the retail showroom go up higher, making this weird tall ceiling and weird staircases. So the roof is going to have to, I'm gonna have to find a way to get the roof, like you can see here, I've kind of messed it up because the roof is, it's just too tall, so I had to make things a little extra tall over here at the retail showroom. So I don't know how I'm going to go about this, but we can figure it out. We could figure it out. So going in here, it connects up pretty well. The front door connects up to the outdoor. It's just the roof that I made too tall, and I seem to be very good at making the roof too tall. We also have these fire escapes and these windows that I've represented with blackstone and polished blackstone. Now this is also too tall. This wall right here, because the Storytime showroom is once again too tall. So we do have a few problems that I'm going to have to compromise with, and it's going to be a bit annoying. Now this garage door, since episode 1 doesn't connect, it doesn't connect. This should be like 20 blocks on the other direction, and it should connect perfectly, but I did not make episode 1 correctly, and I'm not redoing it, because then I'll have to change the entire factory, and it should just be around here. Yeah, it should be around here. It should start, like it should end here, and then where this sticks out, it should be the beginning of the garage. But I'm stupid, and that was me from a couple months ago. Dumb me, horrible builder me. I hate that me. So this is just way too tall. I've already made this ceiling less tall, and I've already changed this room so much by adding texturing details, making the roof smaller, adding this room right here with the van, and I just don't feel like I need to change it any more than it already is. So this was what I was able to get done in just about 6 hours of working, and it looks, for 6 hours, this is pretty good. I got the majority of the exterior done besides the roof. So as you can see, we have this small little section over here, but the main part of the middle of the roof is just exposed, and then we sure do have this big chop chase part over there that does connect up to the build without any teleporting, which I was able to do, which I am quite happy with. We do have this small section here, and over here we have the main entrance to the factory with the roof parts, and then this little entrance thing that you would walk up to at the beginning of the game. We also have the loading bay over here, and it doesn't really connect well, because usually there wouldn't be a wall here in Secret of the Mimic, but I had to make one just to fit this, because the roof isn't, if it's not the big top chase, the roof isn't going to be very good, because what I built in episode 1 is too big. Because the warehouse should start, this warehouse should start right where this roof ends, right here. But since I made Secret of the Mimic part 1 a bit too big, I'm going to have to compromise by making a bit things too big. So here's the big top chase. Now that would also be here, but like I said, too big. Now this is about 2-3 hours into day 2, and we have the entire exterior all done, excluding the parking lot. So we have everything, the entire roof, the entire wall surrounding MCM. So if we'll go up to, let's check out the over here. Here's the area that I showed off before. Bit small, bit weird. I don't like it. It's because I had to make compromise. And here are the smokestacks for the big top chase, which I think turned out wonderful. There's also some custom stuff right here. Like this leads into the big top showroom. The window, he would come out here and burst out. So I also added this, and you guessed it, this is the entrance to the big top showroom. Because I just thought it would be better if I were to do that. So in the big top chase itself, I think I like it. So if we were to go over here, go up in here, and if we were to go on the other side of this airlock right here, this door would close, this one would open. We could go out here and go up the stairs, and of course we lead to the door that leads up to the outside. So we can go through, and here we are on top of the roof. We can drop down, and we are now wandering through the big top chase, and I really like those 3 smokestacks. They look wonderful. I like the view. It's just the best thing I've ever seen. Keep walking, you can see all this scenery like pipes, vents, and all that stuff. Go into this room where you can go up another staircase where the ticket that we gave Big Top's on the floor, as I used a mangrove button for it, and if we look up, this is where it would fall through, which actually does connect up to the roof with another billboard, which looks great. So we can go out here, and this is where the chase would actually start. Here's the little sign. We'd press this button, Big Top will come coming down through here. We'll close these, and we'll go over here, and then we would use our data dive on the door, which we have not built the chase sequence yet, because they cannot fit where they are actually meant to be, because it's too small. This office is in the way. So under here, however, is the actual end of the big top chase, so we'll beat them another time. I'm not sure if we'll do it in this episode. I'd like to, but I don't know if I have enough time to. So we'll try and figure out another way we can do that. And over here, we can put these back up now, and we would use a data diver to open the door. So, best thing, I really love the roof besides the areas that aren't accessible. This warehouse is very big. It's not accurate to the size of the warehouse in the game. I just had to make it bigger because, like I said earlier, now these smokestacks on these catwalks, they look absolutely wonderful. You would go up here, climb up these staircases. Now, obviously, you can't actually climb them up them because they're just meant for looks. But we can go on this catwalk right here where we can look at them, which I think is very cool. They do not have anything inside of them, but I just think they just look so cool from over here. We can stand here and just in the background, we just see those 3 smokestacks. It just reminds me of a factory so much. So now, all we have to do now is start getting working on the parking lot and the side entrance over here, which should be fun. So let's get started. 6 hours later, we have everything to do with MCM, the exterior all done up, the parking lot, everything, the side entrance all done up. And as you can see, I love how it turned out. Best thing I've ever seen. Love it. I just love it. I don't know how I could have done it better. Love this sign. I used banners to get the text. I could have used text displays, I decided not to. Here's the van, which is a different van used over in the garage, because that one used way too many item frames and entities, so this one is a different one, because there will be 2 of these in the parking lot. We have this one, and then we have the one over there. So I did use item frames and added beds for the headlights and black concrete, and then I did the same for over there. I just copy-pasted it and rotated it. Now, as you can see, this place is absolutely looking the best. So the van, as you can see, it just uses a lot more. This just has a much more complex design, which I don't really like. I like keeping things simple. So, back to the exterior. I love everything around it. Just looking at it is just so cool. This is the retail showroom. Everything connects. We have this little side area which you can enter, which has these fake doorways so you can go through there. And whoever designed MCM's exterior, they did a good job. There's plants, dead plants, signs everywhere, a small little parking lot area where the terrain would be, which is going to be later on, and it's just going to be so cool. So cool. And I just love the headlights, the lamps. Now this is what took me the majority of the time. This took me like 4 hours to do, because the amount of redesigning I had to do, because I did the entire exterior with no outlines, because I thought it would have been a waste of time, since that I had no intentions of doing a time-lapse on it, because I suck at making time-lapses for exteriors, so I decided it would be simple if I just did what I'm doing now. Now you can take the path that you do in-game, which is what I'm doing right now. You would be able to take this path, you'll be able to drop down into this small area, where you would then be able to crouch under here, and then you would be able to enter the main area. I've just used a granite slab to do that, and you would then be able to enter MCM itself and watch the welcome show. So you would be able to come in here, and everything is working, except the doors. I haven't made the doors yet, but you can come in here, and it just looks great. I love it. So you can go up here. I had to like flatten out the roof at the top, or else it would have kept going and looked a bit too weird. So I did flatten out the roof a bit just to make it look more presentable. And of course, over here we do have David's playground. So we have his ball right here represented by a mangrove slab. So I've just used that for a wall, and we can actually enter through this little gate here. We can just open and close them and we'll be able to get through. So yeah, pretty happy with how all this turned out, and it's just, I just love parking lots, as I think it's really cool. Now adding the terrain will be fun as well. I've added this small platform over here, and these doors actually do connect up to the loading bay. They're different colors in the game, I don't know why, but yeah, so this is what like terrain's gonna be mostly. It's gonna be just like a bunch of stuff. Now I have outlined the road that would lead up to the house. So I've just used it by using grey concrete, and I've represented the start of the house with a blue concrete block. You may be thinking, Evan, are you gonna do the terrain? My answer will be no. My friend Will, MC Projects. You may recognize his name from the Security Reach video back in May. He helped with that build too. He's so good at building command blocks, armor stand models. He's made Help Wanted 1, started his own MCM. He's done a bunch of command block work. He's good at modeling, building, command blocks. He's good at all of them. That's why he's such a kind person when I asked him to do this, and he agreed. So while he's doing the terrain, I'm going to be working on the mansion, because I knew there was no way I could do both of them in the same video without his help. So he's got to be the best guy. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he should. So on to the house. So with MC Projects now working on the terrain for me, I've given him a copy of the world. We can now start on the house while he does that. So here are the outlines for the house, which does not include the basement little section down here or the upper floor. So this would be the view that you would be seeing from the house. However, this is not completely accurate, because you'll be viewing it from this side. This is where you would be viewing the house, but the entrance would actually be there. So this is how it is in the game, but the exterior from the outside isn't there. So I just put it here so I know where to start the house. So I'm going to have to rotate the house, because it's not actually, it's meant to be facing this way for some reason. I haven't done the third floor, like I said, with Edward's office, because the game keeps crashing like steel. Well, why? Why do you crash the game, bro? You made a game to not crash, and I can't get you to not crash, so every time I get to this section it crashes. Jesus God, why? Steel, I'm gonna throw my computer at the window. Gonna do it. God. Yeah, I'm crashing out. I should stop. Alright. Alright, now calm down, Evan. The door. Doesn't matter about the door, we can outline it later. So moving on to the house, I really liked how it turned out, and I really love building it, especially with the dark green stripes and the light green stripes. The brown for the roof and the floor, and the occasional white rooms. I loved it, the dark brown for the wooden floors, the mosaic tiles sometimes, the white rooms. They were just so fun. The staircase was fun. I liked adding paintings. And it was very weird, because it's some very weird props for a house, like shelves, mannequins. I know Edwin makes these things, but I don't know why they would be in his house where a child is. And I've just realized, I've never made a house before. Well, besides the FNAF 4 house, but like I've never made a full house. I've also stuck to FNAF games as well, like the only houses I've ever made are in FNAF. I really like to move away from FNAF and make some other stuff, especially in houses, like a dark house at night. Kind of like FNAF, but not, and still a house. That would be cool. But I really like this room with the white stripes and then the light blue stripes as well. That's really, really cool, and I like the color scheme of the floor with the copper. And the rooms on the side with the different type of color to make it more green. I really like that too, and the staircase was just so fun to make. So now while I wait for the terrain to be finished, I am going to add a door. The first door, and it's going to be the airlock to the big top showroom. So giving myself a brown candle, which will be the data diver, this is going to expand upon of what I added in episode 1 to make it better. So here I'll give myself data diver, just labeled that name, give that to me, and now we have our data diver in our inventory right now. So now all we have to do is add the rest. Here we are with the rest of the door all done and completed. So you may be noticing here are the commands to do it. I don't know, I usually would break this by hand, but I'm not wasting that much time, so I'm going to use what I did. But here we go. Here are the door commands. All of them, 2 just for this door. It seems like a bit much doors, but you'll understand why in a second. So it will detect if that block is air to make sure only one of them is open. Then it will execute at if the player is holding the data diver, and then they'll execute at the position of the then they'll then detect if we hit the interaction. We'll then reset it and all that, and only if we're doing this. Then this will clone it all in order with a bunch of sounds and all that to reset the door. It'll close one door and open the other. So we'll open up this side and close this side. So if we were to go over here, this door's closed right now, so if we hit this, it will open that door and close this one because it detected that that block is no longer air. So we'll click that and that detected that this block is air, and it would close like that. So that's an air now, and that's planks. So if I were to place one like this, it would open and close it. So break that and break that like that. So this means it will now close this door and reopen this door because it thinks one of them is closed. See? It thinks that this one was open and it thinks this one was closed. So what it's going to do, as long as those blocks are air or planks, will depend if it opens or closed, not actually if it is. So this is how it will work, and I'm quite proud of it with all the sounds. You can hit it outside and I guess you can glitch it, so I should probably fix that by making a restriction, but you can actually go out into the big top chase area, you would hit it again, it would close this door and you can go back into the showroom, hit it again, you can go in here and it does have the right permission. Go up into the staircase and it would lead outside onto the roof. So you would then be able to go over here, works out quite well. You would be able to go over here, do the entire chase sequence where we would go up this staircase, open this door where the ticket came through this door doesn't work yet, but it will soon, and then we would go over here into the big top area, which, like I said earlier, is not done. So I've been informed by my friend MC Projects that the terrain is in fact done. So you can see a bit of it at the bottom, and look at this masterpiece that he's created. Like, honestly, the lake, everything, the trees, the mountains, the rocks, he cooked, guys, he cooked. The trees, everything, even the buildings in the distance look absolutely cinema. I just love everything he did. He even helped me with the exterior of the house as well. He's got everything even back here. Oh, this view from this view would be so cool. You would just be standing over here at the big top chase right here, and you'd just see this. You'd be up here, you see the smokestack with all these trees and mountains. Oh, that's just so cool. Drop down and you'll be able to see everything. He really cooked. He really cooked, guys. Look, see, so we have the green stripes on the exterior. He helped me with this too a bit. So, thanks to him as well, because I got tired of the exterior as well. But look, I've added the green and lime stripes on the outside as well, because I don't like the bricks that I would use. You can also go in here, and it'll be all workful. You can go up here. I realized I never did a tour of the house. You'll be able to go up here into the Edwin's office, go up this staircase right here, go in here where you would see the diorama of MCM, and then you see this. You have like the hole in the roof, and you just look out and see this view of the mountains and the trees. Oh, he cooked so good with this one. You would activate this and you'd go through here. Oh, and you'd go down here and the chase with R&D would start once you go down to the elevator, you activate the generator. You would go through here and then the elevator would start, but and you'd go down here into R&D and start the chase. You would just start the mimic chase, which I did build in the last episode, but I just can't get over how cool this is. Look at it all the terrain, the lake, everything. He's added everything, the trees, these buildings as well. They're not just like bricks, they actually have detail. Like he's used fences, he's used stairs, he's used glass, he's used everything. All these are so cool. Thank you so much, MC Projects, for this. You're such a great help. Everyone thank him. He is the reason you're watching this why you are right now. It's not an interior, but I don't need one. He did perfectly well. This is the... Oh, I can't get over this. This is so cool. Just imagine just sitting here, right now, just looking around and just seeing the house on top of the hill over there. Just looking at that with all the trees and terrain around it. Oh, that's so cool, guys. So cool. With the build now done, I really want to make some small sections from the end of the game, one of the game's endings being the one in the house's bedroom. So, I'm not going to show majority of the gameplay because I don't want this to be a massive gameplay video because it's mainly a building series, but here is the model for M2 and the way he can switch in and out of being David and normal M2. So down here we have all the attribute commands and the teleport commands that will teleport M2 down. Over here they are, so it'll teleport M2 down to make him look smaller than he actually is to represent him being David. So if I were to just stand right here, right now he's about 2.5 blocks to maybe a 1.5 block tall. So now I'll select him David, his head gets changed to the custom one, and he becomes just slightly taller than me, only being like 1.1 blocks tall, and he becomes much smaller, representing David. So he's now David, and then we can switch him back to M2, and this is the really easy toggle system that we can use to turn him into David or M2 for this game's ending, being the secret one. I have now added armor stands to the pedestal right here, so we have all 4 symbols and the small book in the middle for decorations. I've also added the tiger plush on top to represent the tiger storytime podium. So, we also have the pattern over here, which would be randomized, so we would know which buttons we have to click. So, I have also added interactions to each of these so we can click it, and they've also of each one. So we got the blue dog, the blue bunny and all that. So if I give myself night vision really quickly, I now have night vision, and here are all the patterns, because I'm not going to do all the patterns because there's only going to be 4 animals that you can click. So there's only going to be this pattern right here, just to make my life easier, because as this isn't the full game, it's just a small little mini game that you would be able to play, and I will show you the interaction. See, I have now added the interaction that you would be able to click when M2 comes over here, and you have to see what I have to click. I would be the blue bunny, who click the blue bunny, M2 will turn back into David, and would have to do this 4 or 3 times until he makes it into bed and grabs his white little tiger plushie. Now, I'm kind of sad because I had to cut a lot of the footage of me working on this because I didn't want this to drag on, because it's not a gameplay video, it's a building one, because I put so much effort into it. But I'm so happy it was completed because it was one of my favorite animations I've ever made, and it's just a small thing going back into the gameplay command block side of things, because I really like working on them, and having 7 months of just doing replaying and building can get really, really boring. I hope you all enjoyed that small gameplay segment, and it was so much fun for me to put together, like usual. So this is the kind of gameplay that you'll be seeing in the finished map, which I hopes to release at the end of November, but will probably not happen because I'm already starting to work on a smaller side project to get back into the command block side of things, as the last 4 months, all I've been doing is being replaying mod and actually building stuff. So to get back into the command side of things, I'm going to build a small little game that I've been wanting to build ever since last year to Christmas time, and it's going to be such fun for you guys to see. So this final gameplay that I'm going to add into the main map, which is going to take so long as well, is the chases, as I'm going to make the entirety of the Jackie chase and Dolly chase, but not the big top one because that's a bit too hard. I'm also going to add a functional mimic, data diver system, and all of that stuff. Once again, a huge thanks to my friend MC Projects, as this terrain and this video would not be coming out if he hadn't helped me with it, and he made such level of detail, so you should thank him too in the comments, because he did such a good job on it. So this is going to bring us to the end of building Secret of the Mimic in Minecraft, as this is the finale and everything has been built excluding the command block side of things, which I will be working on, but not right now because the smaller project is still in the works, which should take a month or 2 before I have to start back into working all of the chases and stuff like that. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and it was so much fun for me to finally finish a build of this side. Thank you so much, and of course I will see you in my next video.